637 CE. A 14-year-old girl enters China's Imperial palace as the lowest-ranked concubine, one of 3,000 women. She would sleep with her emperor, then his son, murder rivals, seize absolute power, and become the only female emperor in 4,000 years of Chinese history. This is the story of Wu Zetian, 50 years of ruthless calculation disguised as seduction, and a sexual strategy so effective it shattered every rule of Confucian China. When Emperor Taizong selects Wu Zetian in 637, she holds the rank of Karen, talented person, the fifth level in a 13-tier hierarchy of imperial concubines. She's competing with 3,000 women for the attention of one man. But Wu doesn't compete on beauty alone. She learns to read and write, rare for women. She studies statecraft, military strategy, politics. The emperor notices, but he's cautious. Taizong tells his advisors Wu has the eyes of a rebel. He considers having her executed. Then, in 649, he dies. And according to strict Confucian law, every one of his concubines must become a Buddhist nun for life. Wu enters the monastery. Her head is shaved, her future erased, except for one detail Taizong didn't account for. His son, the new emperor Gaozong, had already met Wu when his father was alive, and he's obsessed. Within months, Gaozong violates the greatest taboo in Confucian ethics. He brings his father's concubine back to the palace. This isn't romance. This is Wu executing phase 2 of a multi-decade plan. She rises through the concubine ranks faster than any woman in history. 5th rank, 4th, 3rd. But 2 women block her path to absolute power, Empress Wang and Consort Xiao. Empress Wang is childless. Consort Xiao has the emperor's favor. Wu needs both gone. What she does next reveals the depths of her strategy. 655 CE. Wu gives birth to a daughter. Days later, the infant is found dead. Wu immediately accuses Empress Wang of murder. Historians still debate what happened, but the result is undeniable. Gaozong orders Wang and Xiao arrested. Their hands and feet are severed. Then they're drowned in vats of wine. Wu becomes empress. But here's what makes this legendary. This wasn't impulsive revenge. This was phase 3 of a plan she began 19 years earlier. At age 14, every step calculated, every relationship weaponized, every rival systematically removed. 660 CE. Emperor Gaozong suffers a debilitating stroke. He can barely speak, can't read memorials, can't make decisions. Wu becomes his voice. For the next 23 years, Wu rules from behind a curtain. Every memorial passes through her hands. Every appointment requires her approval. She doesn't just influence the emperor, she is the emperor in everything but name. When Gaozong dies in 683, Wu installs her weak son as puppet ruler. He lasts 6 weeks before she deposes him. Then she installs her second son. He lasts 5 years. Both are powerless. Wu has spent 46 years accumulating power, sleeping with emperors, murdering rivals, controlling the throne from shadows. But in 690, she makes a move no woman in Chinese history has dared attempt. October 690, Wu Zetian declares herself emperor, not empress, not regent, emperor. She abolishes the Tang dynasty and founds her own, the Zhou dynasty. For the first time in 4,000 years of Chinese civilization, a woman sits on the dragon throne with absolute power. She rules for 15 years, expands China's borders, promotes based on merit, not birth, creates the most extensive secret police network in Chinese history, executes thousands, and tolerates no dissent. In 705, at age 80, palace generals force her abdication. She dies months later. The Tang dynasty is restored, her Zhou dynasty erased from official histories. For centuries, Confucian scholars condemn her as a usurper, a seductress, a murderer. But here's what they couldn't erase: 14-year-old Wu Zetian entered that palace in 637 with nothing. No family connections, no wealth, lowest rank, and through 50 years of the most disciplined sexual and political strategy ever executed, she became the only woman to ever rule China as emperor. Not a consort, not a regent, not hiding behind a man. Emperor, absolute, alone at the summit of power. In 4,000 years of Chinese civilization, it happened exactly once. If this story of ruthless strategy captivated you, hit subscribe for more epic military history. Drop a comment. Which leaders' rise to power should we cover next?